So girls, you want to know more about guys? Well, by the end of this video, you'll know everything there is to know about us from a guy's point of view. I feel like I'm breaking all kind of guy codes here by revealing this to you, but there's no harm in you knowing what we're like. So let's go straight into the first point. With guys, attachments don't happen until afterwards. So we could like you right now, and then until we get attached to you over time, then we could easily just forget about you. It's not a good thing, but it's just how guys are. Your height doesn't matter to guys. It doesn't matter how short you are or how tall you are. At the end of the day, guys don't really care about your height the same way that you care about a guy's height. I mean, maybe if you're too tall and you're way taller than him, then it might have a little bit of impact on him, and he might be self-conscious about it in front of his mates. But in general, if you're shorter than him, it doesn't really matter at all. If he's 6 foot and you're 5 foot, doesn't matter. When he says he doesn't understand you, it just means that you're not thinking the same way that he does. Whether he likes you or not, he's never going to let you see another guy. So if he likes you, he's going to try and do whatever he can to avoid you from dating other guys and seeing other guys and liking other guys. And obviously by just talking you out of it, or if he doesn't like you even, he'll still do the same thing. It's more like an inbuilt protective system inside guys. It's like you feel like you're kind of like protecting that your friend, your female friend, or your female cousin or anyone like that. So it's like a protection mechanism inside guys. So don't expect to ask a guy about another guy and them to tell you, yeah, he seems like a good guy, I think you should date him. Unless it's his close mate, or if it's someone that he really does know and trust and like. We'll get very possessive of the girl that we're in a relationship with. I think it's more of like a caveman kind of mentality. It's like, this is my girl, you don't touch. Like that. So yeah, if you're in a relationship with a guy, expect him to be very possessive, very jealous, and he would expect you not to talk to any other guys. He'll instantly know if you like him or not, but he'll never ever actually be certain and completely sure until you actually tell him. So just come out and say it. Just tell him, I like you. Don't say it like that, obviously. Don't say, I like you. You have to be more romantic about it, or more softer about it. Just a little tip. He may flirt with a lot of girls, but at the end of the day, before he goes to sleep, he's always thinking of that one girl that he cares about more than anyone else. He'll have a strong passion for change and changing himself, but the problem with us is that we have weak willpower. So if you're expected to change a guy, then be prepared to never be successful in that. A guy can easily waste time playing video games and watching football, the same way that you girls waste time doing your hair and your makeup. So just be thoughtful when they're doing that. Just remember that you do the same thing, but in a different way. Don't provoke him to get a reaction out of him or to get him angry, because trust me, he will. And when he does, I'm telling you now, you won't like it. Your best friend, the one that your boyfriend or your husband is seeking advice for problems between you and him, he can easily admire that person and start to develop feelings for them. So just be careful of that. A guy could be the smoothest talker ever, but when he comes to speak to the girl that he actually likes, then he could begin to stammer straight away. So that's a good sign of telling if he likes you or not. He's a smooth talker in general, and then stammers when he talks to you, you might be in for a chance. He wants a feminine girl. He doesn't want another girl that just reminds him of one of his guy mates. When you tell a guy no, then to him, he hears it as, try again tomorrow. You might be a bit more luckier then. Girls, don't be a snob. A guy could easily give up on the first sign of rejection. So if you like him, then don't play too hard to get. Just very little subtle ones. This is a known fact. Guys love their mums. They love their mums more than anyone. So if he criticizes his mum, then fine, go with it. But if you criticize his mum, whew, I'm telling you now, he's going to turn against you so fast. So don't ever criticize the guy's mum. That's a big no-no. That brings on to my next point. Guys like girls that are similar to his mum. So it doesn't mean you have to be his mum or act like his mum, but just keep that in mind, that the kind of traits that his mum has, if you have it, then he's going to really like that. Guys love girls that can cook or bake. They say that a way to a guy's heart is through his tummy. Well, if you can cook or bake, you've basically won that heart like anything. Guys are pretty open to talking about themselves and giving information about themselves, but only when they're asked about it. So girls, don't be afraid to ask a guy about anything that you want to know about them, because most of the times he will actually tell you. No guy is actually bad when he's trying to flirt with a girl or trying to get that girl. He's gonna act like and seem like the most perfect person to you, because at the end of the day, who wants to be with someone that has flaws? But it doesn't mean he doesn't have flaws. It just means that you have to find out what they are and see if it's compatible enough with you and if you're going to be accepting to it. And if you're okay with it, then fine. But just always try and look out for these little things that he's hiding from you, because he's not always going to reveal it to you in the beginning. We tend to generalize a bit too much about girls, but once we get to know you, then we start to realize that we're actually wrong. Guys like to show off in front of their guy mates. It's a known fact. They seem completely out of character when they're around them. They seem out of character towards you as well. But as soon as you have them alone and away from their mates, then they'll be a completely different person. If he starts talking seriously to you, then make sure you listen, because most likely it's actually really important. A guy's best friend knows everything about him. So girls, you can possibly use that to your advantage. Guys learn from experience, not from romantic books or romantic movies. We're completely different to you girls. When seeking relationship advice, we usually go to our female friends to talk about it, not our male friends. You can touch a guy's things, but do not ever, ever touch a guy's hair. Don't ever do it. Don't bombard him the second he walks in the door. You might want to talk about some girl that was rude to you at school or at work, or about cleaning the dishes or redecorating the bedroom. But for God's sake, just let the guy sit down for half an hour and relax first. Whether he admits it or not, your boyfriend or husband is jealous of all your straight guy friends. He doesn't want you to chat to them, doesn't want you to meet up with them, he doesn't want you messaging them, but most likely he won't actually tell you that, but that's what he is feeling. He'll notice when you don't wear that jewellery he bought you. He wants to feel like you need him. So you may be an independent woman, you don't need a guy to do anything for you, but just let him open a few jars for you, lift some heavy stuff, fix something for you. It gives his self-esteem a little boost. He always wants you to support the same sports team that he does. Even if you have no interest in the sport or about the team or any of it, just make sure that you tell him and let him know that you support his team. So if he's ever watching a match, pretend that you support that same team as him. He thought you looked good in the first outfit. We start to get impatient after the second clothes change, and from that point onwards we don't care at all. So just pick an outfit and go. Always take your guy's side. Even if he's in a debate and something that you don't even believe in, when you're in public and he's debating with someone else, just take his side. He's never going to let you forget it if you don't. He wants you to be his muse. Yeah, you have your own goals and your own dreams that you want to achieve, but they say behind every great guy is a great woman, so he needs you to help him and inspire him to achieve his ones too. Never ever ever emasculate your guy, even as a joke. He definitely won't find that funny. And if you do it during a fight, then your relationship may never recover from it. He wants you to eat. He's going to feel so awkward if he's there stuffing his face with a steak whilst you're just sitting there nibbling on some salad. So please order some proper food just so he doesn't feel awkward. Just don't order more than or eat more than he does. That might be quite bad. You probably won't realise the new haircut you just got or the new shoes you bought, but don't hold that against him. Guys aren't the most observant, and he won't notice if you just cut your hair like that 2 inches, or if you bought a new pair of shoes to go with your other 40 pairs of shoes. So just tell him straight, just be straight up and tell him, you know what, I got a new haircut, what do you think of it? Or I bought these new shoes, what do you think of these? Just tell him straight up. If he's interested in you, he will call you back. There's no excuses, there's no I lost your number, or I got too busy, nothing like that. If he genuinely wants to see you, then he will call you back. So if he doesn't, then just take that as a hint that he doesn't want to see you anymore, And if he starts giving excuses, it's basically he's not interested. Sorry. Anyway, that's been my points about guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new about us. If you have, then please give it a big thumbs up. And if you feel like I missed one out, then please let me know in the comment section below. And if there's any point in particular that you found to be the most true, then also let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one. Till the next one, see ya.